Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Red Horde. This is Brendan Trowell standing in for Sean Driver, who is sleeping. He is sleeping right now. I've been pinging him. He isn't waking up. Good thing is that the Wrexham game isn't for another 2.5 hours. So this is just the game that he and I were going to be doing. So I'm going to do the Charlton Huddersfield game, and if Sean wakes up, he's going to be doing the Stockport and Burton Albion game, and we'll run both scoreboards at the same time. Let me see here. Trying to scramble around. Morning, WG, Steve. Nice to see you guys. Let me see here. Game's getting close to starting off. What are we, about 7 minutes from start of the game? I'm going to go to the table just beforehand. So Charlton is in fourth at the moment with 66 points. They are 4 behind third place Wickham, and Wickham has a game in hand, and they are 8 behind Wrexham. And Stockport is 1 point back of them in fifth. And Huddersfield is playing Charlton, and they're 3 points back of Charlton and 10 points back of Wickham, and of course 13 back of us. So Charlton's still, officially in the hunt for the number 2 spot, but more likely than not, they have to keep playing hard, because right behind them, Bolton and Leyton Orient with 1 and 2 points back, and then Reading right there. So Huddersfield needs the game to stay in the playoff hunt. And hello, Will. And I think largely that's what all those teams are fighting for. They'd like to think that if both Wrexham and Wickham Wanderers fall off, that they could slide into the automatics. But in truth, they're probably looking to just be in good form and stay in the playoff. How many guys do we have here today? Let me just see what's what here. Hey, Mertland, how are you? Well, there's at least 10 of you that are up before Sean today. Just checking. Field looks nice at in Charlton here. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing both in games as soon as Sean wakes up. Have a double scoreboard and everything for you guys that we'll be doing. But I have no one to fill that spot. Maybe if he's not in by halftime, one of you guys will jump in and take the lead. Yeah, I agree with you, Kim. I was expecting the place to be packed. I know football fans don't like being in the stadium early, and they come in at the last minute. But it certainly doesn't seem like they have big crowds there today. A lot of empty seats. I do love the little kids who are out waving flags, and the little kids that come out. I like how they always incorporate the kids into the whole thing. That's great. I didn't see a need to jump on early. I was waiting largely for Sean, and I don't think we need to go into either one of these teams, Huddersfield or Stockport. Not even really Burton. I mean, when you look at it, out of the last 5 games, Charlton's won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. And they're playing Huddersfield out of their last 5, who've won 2 and lost 3. So, yeah, Charlton's in better form, I guess I'd say, even though the last game that they played, they lost. Huddersfield won their last game. Watching the teams come out at the moment. Charlton will obviously be in red today, if you guys are watching the game. Yeah, it's a good point, Martland. I've heard a lot of people say that we don't even want Huddersfield to win. We want it to be a draw. I mean, Huddersfield is 13 points back. I think it's okay if they get a win here, especially against Charlton. I mean, I guess you don't want anyone who could possibly catching you get points, but yeah, a draw or a Huddersfield win, I think, is what we're looking for here. Yeah, Kim's saying the same thing. I don't think either is really a viable threat. Hello, Scott. Team shaking hands. Pretty much standard lineup for Charlton. Yeah, you think it's going to be a 1-1 draw? I mean, we're still not going to play Charlton for, another 6 games or something. So who knows what form they're going to be in at that time. But I wouldn't mind seeing them take a loss here. Yeah, what are they on goal difference? Yeah, they're not particularly close in that to us either. So we don't have to worry if they're scoring goals today. The screen's going to look a little unbalanced with the W&G saying 2-1. Without Sean there, but hopefully he'll be there soon. I pinged him a couple times. I am watching this on Paramount so that I did not have to pay for it. It's the only League One game on at this time. The Stockport game is not on, so we'll have to rely on W&G to give us the updates, and I'll change the scoreboard as it goes. Huddersfield in their 2 colored shirts, kind of a purplish and I don't know what that is, aqua teal. Not really sure. Really ugly shirts though. Huddersfield over the ball. Waiting for the referee. Here we go. And they're away. Hey, Andy. Ball gets brought all the way back to the Huddersfield keeper. Knocks it down the middle. Charlton knocks it back in. Being kicked around. Intercepted by Charlton. Cross in the box. Header. Goal! Holy shit. The defender falls down. A laser low cross. And the ball's directed a great difficult header into the to the right of the goalie, the left side of the goal. Wow, that was quick. Woo! The keeper, sorry, the defender that had the guy that inevitably scores the goal racing in, he slips and falls and leaves the guy to come and head it quite easily. Goalies seem to sleep in the reason why the ball gets intercepted is the center defenseman for Huddersfield makes a really bad outlet pass out to his left side, out to the left wing, and he basically gives a perfect running start for the Charlton player to come around him and lay in a perfect cross to a defender falling down. Like 3 mistakes right there for Charlton and for Huddersfield, and Charlton take advantage of all of them and bury it. Game over. Charlton pressing, they're back, and wow, they got a lot of numbers forward. They're not holding back. They got 4-5 guys in the box. Here comes across far side, headed down, back to another player. Huddersfield's able to clear it out. Wow, they're playing aggressive. They're not. Granted, they got the whole game ahead of them. One goal that early isn't necessarily going to stand up, but. Just checking a few things. Sorry, guys. I did not do the. All right, let me do that. Put in the wrong date here. I heard Sean make a noise, so he's going to be on shortly. There we go. It has started? Okay. I don't know where we are. I'm just waiting for Sean to come in and give me a time once he sinks in. Ball's knocked into the Huddersfield keeper. Let's see what Sean said. Yeah, he's just stirring. He will do his thing, splash some water in his face, make himself a coffee, and then he'll join us. Huddersfield now take a long chip. I think that wasn't a shot. I think he was leading a player. I'm not exactly sure where to. Kicks it out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. It's a nice sunny day there. Yeah, Huddersfield definitely could play themselves out of the playoffs. They should be desperate to get back into this game. There's Reading and Leyton Orient and others right on their heels. Let me see what the temp is there. .52 Fahrenheit up in Wrexham, so I would imagine it's a little bit warmer there. I'm 20 degrees, almost colder here. Well, 15. Throw in for Charlton right now on the in Huddersfield's end, throws it into the box. Ball's being headed around. Flop by Huddersfield. No whistle. Ball gets cleared out. Keeper's out a mile. Just taps it out of bounds. They're going to quick throw in on him. He had to hustle back. Ball's thrown in by Huddersfield. Looks like they're on the far right side. They're looking for a cross. Can't find anything. Everyone's D'd up pretty good. Ball swung around. No, it's only 30. Well, where I am in America, it's 39. You're 52, Kim. Ball gets knocked out. Huddersfield will be putting it back in. Yeah, I'm going to have a rainy couple of days, I guess. Yes, Ruth. Bad pass, ball stolen, crossed in, defender falls down, great header. Charlton scores. I think it was in the first minute. Oh, right around the minute in. Huddersfield's keeper plays it forward. They have it at midfield. They're swinging it around, looking for an opportunity, taking their time. Ball almost gets intercepted. Foul on a Charlton player. They're going to have the ball going the other way. I may be scrambling around here shortly. I have to watch for Sean coming in. Charlton's trying to play it out from the back. Long cross out to midfield. Here they come. Nice play into the middle. Great cross outside, to the left side. Player in the box. Multiple players rushing forward. Ball's deflected. Huddersfield tries to go the other way, but a Charlton player steals it back. Bad passing again. Takes a shot on net. It gets deflected. He shot it from just outside the box. Ball was deflected. Too many players in the mix. Ball gets knocked out. Huddersfield throws it in. Charlton steals it back. And they're on the move again. They have the ball out wide on the left, just on the edge of the box. Player comes in. Cross, low cross, gets deflected, knocked out. It's going to be a corner from the left side. He should be. He hasn't popped on video yet. I'm guessing he's making his coffee. It's not even 6 a.m. out where Sean is, so I'm guessing he's doing what he can to wake himself up. Wondering why he decided to do the early game today. Here's the cross in, nice high cross, deep far post. Keeper gets out there, bobbles it, drops it. Able to contain it, almost got knocked in. Huddersfield tries to go the other way, handball, they don't call it. Charlton defense steps up, steals a nice pass. Charlton player breaking out. Oh, gets chopped down. Oh, that was a later tackle. Back-to-back tackles. And some rolling around and writhing in pain as a Charlton player. The second one that gets taken out by the defender. Oh, yeah, he got taken out all leg. He's going to be rolling around the side for a while. No Sean yet. He will be here shortly, though. We're at the 11:15 mark in the game. Players are all just getting water while the Charlton players being tended to. Oh, strangely, the Charlton keeper has pulled hamstring or something. Physio's out stretching him out. Danny, welcome. I've not seen you here before. Good to see you. Isn't Sean? Didn't we have to listen to Sean talk about how difficult it was to get Stoke Brew lately up there? Something like that. There's an update in the Stockport game. Thanks, W&G. 1-0 Stockport. I will change that. Not what we were looking for. Stockport dominating. That's not great. Ball's finally back in play, thrown in. Charlton has it. It's being knocked around midfield. Charlton swings it around the back. Players finally back on the pitch. Good swung around the left side. Long cross. Looks like Wrexham trying to go from one side to the other with deep passes to the wings. North Wales, PA. Well, we will have Sean will be watching the Stockport Burton Albion game, giving you up to date on that. He wanted to do this game, and I asked him if we could switch because the Charlton Huddersfield game is on Paramount, which I have. So I get the game. Essentially, I'm already paying for that game. And I didn't want to go give Stockport money. And truthfully, I didn't want to give Burton Albion any money either. So I was looking, stupid play by Charlton. They're dicking around with the ball, trying to head it so that they could get it back to their keeper. And Taylor for Huddersfield rushes in and almost makes gets to the ball as it goes between the Charlton defender and the keeper. Keeper has to rush out and dive and clean out the Taylor for Huddersfield. Otherwise, he was going to steal the ball away and walk in with it. Jones was on defense there. Horrible, horrible header. Got nothing on it. It dribbled back and was almost intercepted. Oh, that's why, Kim, yeah. Here comes Charlton again, chipping it across, tries to link up with the far right side. Ball still in play. Charlton players getting double teamed on the far right side, splits them, loses the ball. Huddersfield drives it deep down the left side and out of bounds. They do a goal. Ball's thrown in by Charlton. Oh, they just keep attacking. They tried a long ball down the middle. Hard touch. Goal! Oh, wow. Campbell. So they try a long play down the middle. Huddersfield knocks it back, but it falls in the lap of a Charlton player, chips it over to Campbell, who hard touches it. It looks like the Huddersfield player could get to it. For whatever reason, he doesn't. He doesn't seem fast to react. And Campbell steps forward and blasts it past him. Yeah, right. He nutmegged him right through his legs and the far right post and pings in. Keeper didn't have a chance. I mean, he did actually. He dove. The ball was spinning away. That couldn't have been any more perfect of a shot. Oh, I hear Sean now. You can hear me now, Sean? All right. I'm going to scramble around to get Sean in here. Sean is now rethinking his life this early in the morning. Let me see here. There he is.
Hey,
The man,
good morning,
the
good
myth,
afternoon,
the
good
legend.
evening, wherever you're watching the world. Sean Driver wearing a hat because my hair is an absolute mess under this. And I just woke up, whatever it was. It's 14 minutes into this one, so 14 minutes ago. Bad news on two fronts. Most importantly, 1-0 Stockport's up. Header by Wooten early on. It was piss poor defending by Burton. There's already the Burton keepers made two fabulous saves. But it is just Stockport in waves and Burton breaking. They gave up the middle of the pitch. Stockport just walked it straight in. Oluwafe got it over, kick on to goal from about 14 yards away. Great save by the keeper, diving to his right, got his arm out, made the massive save, pops right in the air, and the only person standing there to greet the ball within probably about 6 yards is Hilton, who just heads it into the back of the net, easy as, and it's 1-0 bad guys. So Stockport up, 1-0 Burton. But the other bad thing, I was so tired I didn't change the Keurig pod. And so I just recycled the previous coffee, and it tastes horrible. And that's how my day's going. I hope everybody else is doing better. I got to log up the chat so I can pick all that sort of stuff up. Brendan, how have you been, my friend?
I have been good. Charlton is on fire here, up 2-0, 19 minutes in. They're coming deep down the left side now, and they blasted out of bounds. But they're looking really sharp. Huddersfield looks like garbage at the moment.
What you're saying is this is our fault, and this was a mistake, and I should go back to bed.
Yeah, everything that shouldn't be happening is happening, unfortunately. We don't want Stockport to win straight up, and we don't want Charlton to win straight up. So, and that's looking like that's the way it is. What do you have in the Stockport game for time at the moment?
16:35, coming up to 16:45 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. And I'm just going to load up a couple things.
You are now caught up to the roof.
I went to the Welsh Hall last night.
Oh, yeah?
Really justification for being late. It's just what happened. With Jason Smith, and then a late night diaper run after midnight when we realized we didn't have any in here. And when Nat woke up in the morning and had to do things, there was going to be a problem with two mad kids and her having to run to the store. And I thought, you know what? I better just take care of this to preserve my own interests. So,
wow.
Almost
just keeps breaking away with the ball, stealing the ball. Everything's bouncing their way.
Well, the nice thing that's been happening since I've logged on here and at least been watching on TV is I get to see the right side of the pitch. And by that, I don't mean the correct side. I mean the actual side that Burton would be shooting on as they almost had a handball there just outside the box. Actually, I think it was, but it doesn't matter. On a cross, and Burton now pressing. Cross into the area right there. Knocked down 10 yards. Oh, great save. Oh, my.
One of the more threatening opportunities, Huddersfield's throwing the ball in deep in.
That should be 1-1. A die with an amazing stop over to the right from about 9 yards, and then here's a foul on the knee, and either that's impressive acting or he is really hurt. The tap down with the roll that's the sign of this is serious pain. Crunching tackle.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of hard tackles in this game as well. Ball's being kicked in by Charlton. Back to Huddersfield. Charlton's not giving them anything easy. They're challenging everything, pressuring all the passes. Huddersfield with the ball, keepers dribbling it forward. Uh-oh. Little guy's up early.
Yeah, it is just that kind of date. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I need to hit a reset button somewhere before we get to 3 o'clock in Wales. You can't hold this.
I know that kind of early. That's too early for him to even speak yet. Just noises.
Just noises. I don't want to say it, but I think there's a missing CAR somewhere that's causing some controversy in the house, and the real desire to pull on the wires. W&G, thank you. I see you. Scores up. Crystal Palace in the FA Cup up 2-0 on Fulham. And there's Ruth. Ooh, I've done that before. Go make a fresh cup. I'm not making a fresh cup. I'll go at the half. Power through here. Okay, you're killing me, kid. Free kick here. Opportunity from... awesome. Long right, way too much weight on that one. I just go straight out for a goal kick, and the guy who kicks it straight out lifts his hands up in disgust. Dodson saying, "Why didn't anyone get to that one?" I think you'd have to have a 14-foot vertical to be able to access that.
Here comes Huddersfield into the box, far right side. Good pass out in the middle, gets missed. Charlton intercepts. Nothing happening. Ball's being played out from the back. Huddersfield's pressuring.
My word.
Charlton with a breakout now, passing it out wide. Dribbling it out onto the edge, 20 meters. Oh, blasted from just outside the box. It gets deflected down and rolls out. That was out. Going to be a goal kick. That's a goal kick. Sorry, that's a corner for Charlton.
And for those that are inquiring or want to inquire, as far as former players on the roster of Wrexham, there's really only one on the pitch today, and that's 40.
Yeah, are the others even in the lineup, or are they not even dressed today?
No, not going. So don't know the status there. The only person who's really been a name that's been mentioned has been Dodson. He's been everything, both involved with the attack or the goal, and then also on this one.
Breakaway for Huddersfield here.
Ashton Webb, depends on which one you're asking. The Huddersfield Charlton Athletic game and where you live. If you're in the US, that one's available on Paramount. If you're not, it's iFollow. And the website I always suggest to people is livesoccertv.com.
Just outside the box, Huddersfield deflection gets knocked over the net.
If you go to livesoccertv.com, depending on what country you're in, it will tell you where it's available for stream. If your country is not listed, then the answer is iFollow. Okay, so if you're in Charlton, your only option is, and it's not 3:00, so the blackout window doesn't apply, and so you can go to the Charlton Athletic one and pay $17 Canadian. What is that? 11 quid? 12 quid?
Yeah, I think they try to do around 10.
There you go. Kim's identifying the other two are injured. Another same left Dodson with a free kick on the right hand side for Burton Albion. Another atrocious attempt, but this time not enough on it. So we're doing the three little bears sort of thing. One too heavy, one too light. There you go. I didn't even know Live Soccer had a great app. Thank you, Andy, for that. Something to look up.
Huddersfield had a good opportunity on the edge of the box. Charlton defender got down, deflected it just over the net. Had a good chance to go in if it wasn't for the defender's deflection. I don't think the keeper could have got there. And now a Huddersfield offensive player is down with the physio out, and everyone's taking a break. It's going to be a corner for Huddersfield.
Yeah, Ashton, and that's okay. I know the answer for Charlton is you're not going to be able to get the game anywhere else. I don't know. I'm assuming if you can't find it on Sky, the only place to be able to pick it up is going to be with. Actually, you can't get iFollow in the UK.
Oh, they didn't give him the corner. They said it wasn't.
Sky Sports Plus says it's on. And if somebody in the UK, because I actually didn't do this, I watched on Sky Sports Plus. But if a game is not on, well, this one is on Sky Sports Plus because it's not in 3 p.m. window, so it will be on. Yeah, there are other ways to stream, but not entirely kosher. And that's so two options. Option number one, Sky Sports Plus in the UK because it's a 12:30 game. If you don't have Sky, it's a VPN. And I request my friends who are watching not to post the dodgy links if anybody does use those and the gray market options. And so those are the only things available to you. Unfortunately, a VPN, if you have one, but then you got to pay for the VPN, which is probably the same amount. I don't know what tough tackle. Boots up, yellow card coming out. The Burton manager says, I thought that was all right from McKiernan, who goes straight in on a hard dive. And I don't necessarily have a problem with the hard dive. It's the positioning of the boots and where the contact is made. Oh, and he missed the ball entirely and got him straight in the thigh with the edge of the boots. So a yellow is what comes. McKiernan.
Well, Ashton, even if you can't watch the game, you can know that they are playing really good. Here they come again inside the box, blasted just wide. Keeper dives. Good give and go. Another great opportunity. Charlton looks scary good today. Glad they're taking it out on Huddersfield, not us. Passing's crisp. They got good spacing. Really being aggressive. Huddersfield now has the ball in Charlton's end. Ball gets stolen, chipped back to midfield, and Huddersfield gets it, clears it back to their keeper. Ball's being knocked around, nothing significant going on.
We made a mistake, and I want a refund here, and I'm going to blame Brendan for this one.
What'd I do?
Who do you think's not playing for Stockport County and just realized staring at the right back and being like, that's not Brad Hills? Oh, I just gave it away. Brad Hill's not in the roster for Stockport County.
He isn't?
He's not. And I did a Google search to find out if he's injured and don't see anything that comes out with an injury. Somebody might be able to look that up while I'm doing things. But yeah, it was Connolly who ended up getting up, and I went, okay, Connolly's there, but he's over on the right. And then I said, I haven't seen Hills, who is, if there was one player in League One that I would want Wrexham to sign in the offseason, it's the man on loan in Stockport. The theme continues, I guess, from Louis Berry. Cool. This guy, because it's he's not on. He's not on the bench.
Oh yeah, there's the red card. That's why he has to miss the next game, Sean.
Ah, that's right. Yellow, red. Thank you, Steve Barton.
No, it wasn't me. Steve Barton joined in. I was just reading.
Exactly right, and that was, I should have known that one. It just happened against us.
Charlton just had a nice play forward, about 20 meters out. Made a great shot to the right. Keeper dove, just got a couple fingers on it and spun it just wide by about a foot. So it's going to be a corner for Charlton. If they win 5-0, I'm not going to be surprised. Here's a good corner. Headed in. Oh, Huddersfield player jumps in the air and blocks the header with his foot. Keeper probably would have had it anyway, but nice defensive play. So we can, in the downtime, we can talk about how many games and how many points you think Wrexham's going to need to secure the number 2 place in the auto promotion, Sean.
15s to get to 79. 79 is the average and the median for what you need to get second.
I mean 89.
Or 89, sorry, 89. And so that's 5 wins out of 8.
Yeah, and 3 losses. Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to see that 90 points. I was thinking, yeah, the 5 and a draw. But, yeah, I can see 15.
Yeah, it'll be – I mean, Charlton picking up points doesn't help. Even though we're watching Wickham, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to – but I think we don't quite have control of our destiny, but that is a hell of a run-in. Today's one of those days, and this is the part that makes me nervous. When have you had? Every time we seem to have one of those games where we can really end up giving ourselves a buffer and a break, it tends to go a little bit sideways somehow.
Yeah, here's Charlton again, just outside the box, passing it in. A lot of players forward. Another great pass. Oh, went right across the keeper, just wide again.
I've got a corner hit kick here from the right-hand side. Dodson with a left-footed in-swinger. His service has been horrible, and that is just nasty. Oh, but it squeezed through the defenders, and it got bounced off of – I thought it got bounced off of Adai from my angle, and I agree with Burton here that should have been another second corner. But this Dodson kid –
So if you're thinking 15 points and you're thinking we basically need to win 5, meaning we can lose the other 3, the 3 toughest games you would agree are Charlton and Lincoln at the end, and maybe Exeter today.
Yeah, I would take that. It's a weird one looking at Exeter for their stats though, and I don't know if I actually sent you the graphics, and I can do that maybe at the half. Is Exeter City playing relatively well, but their statistics are, and I don't really remember. It was a nondescript game with the first one with Exeter City, or at least it doesn't sit in my memory as one that I can specifically recall any one particular moment. But it's just, this is no possession, horrible creation of shots for Exeter, but better efficiency than us. And that efficiency in shooting is the only thing they have going for them. Everything else is mid-table or below. They are down at the bottom at crosses, down at the bottom at long balls, down near the bottom at passing, down near the bottom in possession. And here comes Stockport into the area, Olawafe, and he just oversteps it, and there's 40 over on the, oh, sorry, that was Lofthouse who brought it out.
Oh,
interesting too. They've got Ford over on as a right back here, and now it looks like it's a 5-3-2, and he's actually a wing back, and maybe it's Godwin Malif. I'm gonna have to watch. And not that it's desperate, but with this camera angle,
I don't. Great cross header. Two heads collide. Barry would have had. I think he would have headed it in the net if he didn't. The defender didn't hit the side of his head. It's going to be a goal kick.
Another corner here. Lofthouse on Toure. Dances around, right footer, smashes into the thigh of Toure and bounces straight out for a corner. And yeah, so many games, Vince. It's going to be a crazy run in here. 10 minutes away from halftime, and find somebody else to take a kick. Like, I get that he's your guy who takes your set pieces because they've clearly used him for two free kicks, and this will be a second corner. But the 22-year-old just ain't getting it done. Oh, that's better. Oh, no, too heavy. The angle is right. Put back in and then cleared away.
Ooh. Taken out. Yeah.
You know that kid who you played sports with, who all he did was Harlem Globetrotter type stuff,
yep.
Fancy plays, and looks for the spectacular, but really when it comes down to the nitty gritty, ignored all other responsibilities except to look like a hot dog.
Yep.
And that's this Dodson kid, and it drives me nuts because the only opportunity that Burton Albion has had have all been through the right-hand side. And so it's just him. But he's had 3 cross attempts, 2 corners, 2 free kicks, and it's just all been horrible execution or just bad choices. And it's Ashton can hear them from the stands down the road. See, and that's what we love about the channel, Ashton. And I'm sure you've picked this up from around us. We're Wrexham fans. Is those who are close to the stadium who end up hearing things and follow along while they're struggling to watch the game.
Cross and Huddersfield
to the ambiance.
Just outside the box, trying to make it happen. Charlton's all over him. Ball's cleared away. Yeah, I mean, Charlton's acting like they're down 2 goals. They are all over it. Every player is more energetic than Huddersfield players.
Can they make up 6 goals? That's the goal differential between them and Wrexham.
Yeah, like I said, if they score 5 today, I wouldn't be surprised. They could have easily already had 3. Their chances are so good. I mean, they're making it happen. They're making great passes in congested areas. Their spacing is tremendous. Everything is just so crisp.
Oh,
This is pretty solid. Oh, ball's out. Yeah.
Glorious opportunity. Webster has it from 5 yards away on a pass and just snuck past on the line, and he could have gone left or right, anywhere but straight down the middle, and he goes straight down the middle and smashes it off a Stockport defender's face. 9 yards out, and the player's laying there. That wasn't whoever's back is on the ground right now, rolling around after taking that to the noggin. And they're up, so it looks like they're all right. Had no opportunity to respond. And I guess we get a corner out of it, and we get to see whether the third corner is the charm. Back post, header, brought back in, still up in the air. Adai collects. I guess the good news here is Burton's actually doing things. The question is, can they do enough? Because
Ashton was asking if we think Charlton's going to get promoted this season. If they had the playoffs right now, definitely.
Yeah, if they had the playoffs right now, I would take Charlton.
The only thing is like very much like Exeter has been playing well right now. Like I don't know, the streaks of 20 games are few and far between. All right, where you're more likely to get a 7-8 game span of playing really well. So, like, they're it right now. Can they maintain this for another 8 and then the playoffs? That's a lot more to ask.
Well, Doncaster Rovers, I guess the answer was no. But
right.
It's weird. Of the 3 teams, and I say 3 here because Huddersfield might be removing itself from the equation. But of the 3 teams that are chasing Wrexham that I've watched, I'll have to admit that Charlton wasn't the prettiest on the eyes when we watched them live. But when you watch the neutrals, like when you watch other games or you just follow along, they just seem to be sort of like Wrexham in the sense that they just grind out results. Not the flashiest team. They don't necessarily light it up by any stretch of the imagination, although they only have 1 goal less than us. But when there's nothing I would say spectacular about Charlton, but they just a solid team game and get the job done. So I would be, likely them to move on if the playoffs are to start today.
I can tell you're going to find a lot of people probably rooting for Reading if they're able to slip back into this thanks to Huddersfield blowing it.
Yeah, Huddersfield at 61 points right now, Bolton and with a game in hand at 60, Leighton Orient is at 59, and Reading with a game in hand at 59. I mean, if things turn out, Reading could be sitting in a playoff spot, all while the club looks to.
Yeah, that would be the story. That would be the thing that people would be rooting for. That could develop its own energy and be unstoppable. But otherwise, it's really Stockport, and who's been truthfully consistent all year, right? Small hiccup, but for the most part, they've looked good.
Man, as far as black hats go, and it's sports in its life, but could you imagine? And I don't want to put it out into the universe, but a Reading Wrexham playoff, Sam Smith up against his former club.
That's not enough of a story.
You don't think so? And the potential that Reading could end up taking it's a historical club that's on its last breath. I didn't get to read all the new information that came out regarding die and timelines. I just read that there are.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They don't need to be married up with Wrexham for that to be an awesome game. Like if Reading makes its way back into the playoffs and they win that first one and go to Wembley, I wouldn't want to play them, whoever you are.
Yeah,
right?
No, fair enough. I'm just thinking you wouldn't want to be the team that ends up putting a nail in a coffin of what is an atrocious season for them. And I mean that off the pitch. Stockport County here with a corner from just near the left, the touch line. And it's
I have a
going to
corner
be, they've
for
got two players
Huddersfield
standing on.
too.
It's going to be the right-footed in swinger going into the box from about 9 yards out, straight to the keeper. And it's the keeper, the New Zealand keeper Crocombe, who didn't play well in the game that we saw, but he's had 2 outstanding saves in this one.
Yeah, I don't dislike Charlton as a team. Stadiums, I like the stadium.
Yeah.
I liked. I really liked that they bought in. Like they weren't. At least the ownership wasn't. Wrexham's doing it the wrong way. We hate Wrexham. Rah rah rah. Like they had the scarves with Wrexham and Charlton on it. You know what I mean? Like they were all in on the thing. A lot of Charlton fans seemed very upset at Wrexham, but everyone is, right? So it wasn't strange, but I in that sense that they were the only ones really mad at us. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against them going up. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Stockport not go up and then have to come up a year behind us,
or don't come up at all.
Yeah, they talk a lot of trash to Wrexham and feel like we're their rival and we don't care about them at all. So be funny to watch them not get in. And Charlton's a big club, probably worthy of being in the championship, I'd say. So, I mean,
two cycles through the Premier League with Charlton, right? And most recently in the early 2000s.
They seem like a championship team. I think they deserve to be a team in the championship league. So I'd definitely, like after Wrexham getting in on the automatic, I'd be okay with that. Although I got to tell you, I mean, Wickham seems to be a stand-up organization, and I don't dislike anybody on their team either. I like Wickham a lot. So if Wickham was to make it, that would be solid with me.
Kim's got all the games up. Stockport have done nothing since about the 20th minute, and I absolutely agree. And it's been largely Burton Albion. The problem is they keep going through the right-hand side, and nothing's working. As they get an opportunity here into the box, crossed over in front, blocked down, and no corner coming from that one. McKierney gets up, crossover, knocked down, corner. So, I mean, I'm sure the stats are going to end up looking quite favorably towards Burton. And I don't necessarily think this is Stockport taking the foot off. I think this is Burton actually picking up its quality.
It was right around the minute mark. I'll look up the goal for you. Give me a second.
Well, it had to be before the 8-9 minute mark for both of them, right? Because that's
it's marked as 1 minute in. It might have been just a little less than a minute, but pretty close.
Corey Idai knocks down, couldn't get to it, and it's cleared by Stockport County. 3 minutes of added time in mine.
Yeah, Jay Reel's really wishing for a small miracle here with Huddersfield going to all of a sudden wake up and be a different team in the second half and make this a game. Because right now...
Oh, we got pushing and shoving. Fevrier and Lofthouse. Bates over there. We got everybody's into it. Grabbing, pulling, referees, whistles blowing. It won't be hockey as far as Donnybrooks go. No lefts on the shoulder and right knuckles flying. Yellow cards in the hand, and we'll see what happens here. What happened on this one and what started the whole controversy is a Burton player and I couldn't see who it was, just made it across into the area, got softly touched, flopped trying to get a penalty, and it wasn't given. It immediately comes out to Fevrier. Yeah, nothing in that. Wooten just... Yeah, that was a flop. And so anyways, they come out and Fevrier has a physical challenge that looked like it was almost in response. Or Lofthouse does on Fevrier of Stockport. And so as soon as that push happens and they look like it's a response, they get up and they start staring at each other. So we've got a number of players, it looks like, going into the book.
Huddersfield Charlton game 2-0 at half. Are they going to restart it, Sean?
Sorry?
Is it at half for the Stockport game or no?
No, because of this push and shove, and they've got probably 2 minutes left once they get playing. The referee's still handing off cards. And it was interesting, and I don't know the answer to this question either, but the man doing the color commentary asking the question, what's the etymology of a professional foul? Because you'd think, in his words, and I agree with him, there's nothing professional about them, but that's what that was a hard professional foul from Lofthouse. And we're going to get to kind of wrap things up, I suspect, because if I'm the referee, I'm blowing this down a little bit early, is you're going to get a throw in from the right-hand side from Stockport 9 yards out. Oh, danced around and got it into the box for Stockport County and pushed too far. And there's the whistle. That smart play by the referee. So I'm at the half. And I'm going to go and send you the graphics for the game so that we have that for when we jump over.
See you later, Em.
Have a good one, Em.
That's a good point. I mean, does Charlton deserve to be up there if the fans can't support them by filling that stadium or getting more than half full?
Yes. I mean, if not, then what the hell are we doing here? I mean, it is when teams fall down the ladder, the pyramid. Well, there's a lot of booing going on, a little bit of words that are going to the Burton Albion player from the Stockport County fans. You get an attendance slide, a reduction, and when they climb up, they go up. For Charlton fans, this I would expect it would be if I was a Charlton Athletic fan, as I would consider this to be a league below me, below us, below the club. And so for them to not show up when you've got as many options as you do, the Valley. There's a lot of teams right in that area. There's other opportunities to go to watch games, and so I see it.
There's 8 games. You're fighting for a chance to get an automatic, at least stay in the playoffs, and it's against another team in the playoffs. It's hard to like. This is a game worthy of going to.
I get it. I don't think their attendance has been that bad, to be fair.
It's not shitty weather. It's not cold out. It's sunny. I mean,
I'm just looking up to see what their historical attendance has been. So back in the early 2000s when they were in the Premier League, yeah, they were filling it at 27,000. And you saw a 3,000 decline in the championship. Their second year, 3,000 decline in the championship. Another 3,000 decline when they went to League One, and then they've sort of been hovering around at that sort of 13 to 15,000 mark forever. Which, I mean, for a League One squad, let's look up League One attendances because I haven't looked at it in a while. I assume that they're probably mid-table. Even better, they've got more people, their average is higher than ours. Fourth best attendance in the league, below just Birmingham City, Bolton Wanderers, Huddersfield, and then them, and then followed by them, us obviously with limitation, our capacity 13,341. So, not horrible, and for a League One team in London.
don't you think that should get them more being in London? You think that they'd
No,
be
because
better
it's
off?
hard to support it's hard to support a team when you've got 5 others that are a league above. Techie,
Hey, Welsh Techie.
afternoon from sunny Exeter. If you haven't catched it, and I because I slept in and I joined late, Friday, Welsh Techie Eat More Chips podcast. They had their debut episode on YouTube, but 100th episode of their podcast. And they had the preview of the Exeter game. They talked about the Welsh game. They talked about the game that was last weekend. And they were foolish or brilliant enough. I guess you guys can make the decision. Watch it. They brought in myself and Rousey from his podcast, formerly Two Beards, now Rousey podcast, and Josh from the Local Pundit brought us in for an interview. If you haven't seen that, it was a lot of fun to be a part of. It was, I think, a lot of great discussions and good questions from Techie, and just it's good quality. I laughed even being a part of it during and while I watched it back. So go ahead and watch that one. Hope you stay a walk and watch along, Mark. I am with you. And at some point, I'm going to have to run down and change my coffee, because this Keurig pod mistake has done two things. It made my gut sore, and it's making my I got foul mouth and no caffeine, so I need to go and change this and wake up a little bit. I'm going to do that if I could, Brendan.
I'll run over the stats for the Charlton Huddersfield, and then I'll put up the Stockport ones, and you can speak.
You know what? Let me just run through mine really quickly, if you wouldn't mind, because I can go ahead and do that. Then I can run off. And 54%, 46%, Stockport County leading in the ball possession. That makes sense. A tale of two halves of the first half. Total shots 5-4, shots on target 4-2, and so maybe that is the difference. Is just a little bit more quality around the net, but. Burton Albion leading in chances, big chances, two of them, two big chances missed, accurate passes nowhere clear. Go to the stat that I always say that I look at that matters is touches in the opposition box, and Burton Albion was 16 to Stockport County's 9. Really what you have is a horrible defensive meltdown by Burton Albion, not closing 18 yards out. 3 players getting a touch outside the area, hammering one down, and despite an amazing save, nobody picking up Uten, who was able to head that one in. Did Welsh Techie wear a shirt this time, Kim? You're going to have to tune in to find out. I should find that link and put it in there. I'll do that when I come back. Really, set pieces. I just wanted to go see how many corners there were in this one. Where's my corners? 6-0. 6-0 all to Burton. They've had more free kicks. It was really them coming on all the way through. They just couldn't close and didn't help themselves. So there's that. 0.98 expected goals for Stockport, 0.90 for Burton Albion, and I'm going to go get a better coffee.
All right. I will take it to the Charlton statistics. 47-53 with an edge to Huddersfield. I don't know how that's possible. They didn't seem to have much of the ball, or at least much in the way of being productive with it. There was that first goal in the first minute, and then another one by Campbell in the 17th minute. I'll go into the stats here. Almost all the stats are Charlton, other than surprisingly Huddersfield accurate passes. Most of those seem backwards. They don't seem forward or attacking in any way. They're owning everything. The expected goals. Huddersfield is 0.08 on their expected goals. That'll tell you what's what. And if you look at the shots in and around the box, you can just see all the shots by Charlton and 2 by Huddersfield. So not much action there. They get all the shot statistics, expected goals. Surprising, like I said, Huddersfield with the passes. Even Charlton has the defense tackles 1 and interceptions, 12-1 on interceptions. They are so aggressive today. All the duels won. All those categories, and the Charlton players with all the statistics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. the whole, just about the whole Charlton team is higher ranked in FOTMOB rating today so far than any of the Huddersfield players. So I am going to go to the table. As it stands right now, before the 11 o'clock games today, you're looking at Charlton in 4th, Stockport 5th, and Huddersfield 6th. And that would be 69, 68, and Huddersfield starting to drop off at 61. This would definitely hurt them. It would give Bolton a chance today to jump past them. Leighton Orient has already played earlier this week. So they're at 59 points. Reading could also catch Huddersfield today. So Reading will be playing Posh, and Blackpool is for the Bolton Wanderers. So those games should be interesting. We'll be watching the scoreboard. I'll have it up, and WG will be giving us the latest. Obviously, we have Exeter later, and Wickham has Lincoln. So not a cakewalk game for them. Lincoln in 12th. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw in their last 5. Hopefully Lincoln can step up and at least draw with Wickham. That would be excellent. What are we looking at? Rotherham, Peterborough, Bolton, all disappointments. Yeah, I mean, Bolton could turn it on, surprise, and get into the playoffs, and maybe make something happen. But they haven't been consistent most of the year. So don't know that you can count on that. Yeah, they had a draw, 2 wins, then 2 losses of their last 5. So, yes. Sean making his way back in.
I'm back, but having a munchkin up this early in the morning with a wonderful and amazing and supportive wife, let's be fair, but who's still in bed, is difficult. The last thing you want to hear when you walk out is he goes, "I'm going potty," as he's going through that whole phase of his life. So anyway, we're back. What are we looking for today as a preview as far as a lineup? Because we're only, I guess, or is it out already? Have we?
No, it can't be out yet.
26 minutes away. Do you anticipate any changes in the back? Any changes up front? Any changes anywhere? Are we just going to run the same 11 out? Do we think Barney slides in to start things off? Is it? Do we get our Longman Barney split? And if that is the case, are we happy with McLean being out? What's your take on the roster?
Yeah, I mean, who knows who's dinged up, right? So not understanding that, not guessing that someone has a nick or something. He'll probably go with the same roster. I already thought that Barney should be in there. I don't know what he's seeing that I'm not, but he's thinking Longman should be in there for some reason. I think Barney's better both defensively and offensively. So, but I wouldn't mind seeing, like we've talked about Barney both on the pitch. So, yeah, I think it's going to be the same lineup.
Someone came over and said that playing on his offside, the left side, he really struggled with the crosses. And even if that was true and you get a decline in his production, but you get the benefit of, I don't think that there's much separating Longman and Barney. And I don't know if Barney may be one of those players who's dealing with, the buildup of a knock, but I would certainly be, or I would tend to think that I'm more of, I think Longman's a little bit better than Barney. So I get that, that there's dispute there, and it's not a large set of separation. But if I was correct in that, and that having Barney there is a slight decline on the right-hand side, I think having Longman on the left is better than McLean in current form. So that's where I would be. No changes. That's not the Parky way. And I'm probably with you. That he's on a win. Why do a damn thing? Tyrant says, how much are tickets to Vegas in mid-May from Canada? It depends on really when you buy. Vegas is probably the most volatile market to go for it. And it also, I don't know what prices are because we've declined. A lot of Canadians aren't traveling. There's a lot of routes being canceled at the moment going south. So I'm going to guess that you could get down there on a hotel air deal inclusive. I don't know, probably averages out such that the trip is like $200-$300. But And that's from Vancouver. I should say that more expensive to go from Toronto. Calgary, Vancouver would be a heck of a lot cheaper than going out from Toronto or Halifax. I'd probably bump it up to $400, $500 for that. Teams are making their way onto the pitch. 40 staring there, adjusting his socks. They have him listed. It's a 3-5-2. I assume it appears to be essentially a 5-3-2, 3-5-2 that we would have. Stockport County's still not out, so that's the big thing that we're waiting for here. It's all the Burton players standing on the pitch having a kick about with the game ball, waiting for Stockport County to make their way out. Huh. I've never seen that before. It's just Horsfall is the only player for Stockport County who's out. Longman technically better than Barnett.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think his raw skill set as far as speed. I think the one advantage that Barnett has is that man can drop a ball on somebody's head from anywhere, any angle, and he's just got it's a sublime crosses that he gets in. But for pace, for all other, I give on every other metric, I give the advantage to Longman, not by a substantial margin. And that's a player that, for Barnett, there was a point where 10, 12, 15 games ago, if you were to say who's your MVP for the season, I think Barnett would have been in there. Sound is in and out. I don't know if you're getting my sound okay on your end. It's just an issue of going through, Brendan, but maybe it's time we had the end of the season party in Vancouver rather than Vegas. Will I host?
Oh. Campbell just blasted from just outside the box on the right side. Boy, he's an impressive looking player for Charlton.
And sorry, I missed the name.
Campbell. Diving save by the keeper. Played it up and over the net. Campbell scored the second goal with a nice little move and picked up just an absolutely perfect ball off the post.
We're underway. We're 10 seconds in here, coming up to 15 seconds. Now I'll hit to the 20 seconds for you. And I did notice there that your sound was choppy for me, 20 seconds, and that was coming through VDO. So I think that might be on your end, but I don't know whether mine's fine going through to you. But I did get a little bit of garble on the video. Sounds like, or it looks like, just seeing the stats pop up on my screen here, that it's just Charlton.
Yeah, you're the one that I think it might be you because you've cut out a couple times for me. I mean, I guess it could be me. Marie says it's you that's cutting in and out. You skipped before on me too, where I just thought you were quiet, and then I should know better. But then Charlton had another great miss that I didn't yell out. It went off a Huddersfield defender and almost scored. Diving save by the keeper again.
Yeah, interesting that Wooten, their attacker, their scorer for today for Stockport, and this is Marie, W&G, who said Dan Wooten's been substituted, and they brought in Fraser Horsfall. So I don't know who's going to be playing up front or if they're changing and just going to set up, but that's a straight defender for striker change at the half.
Why did they do that? Why take Wooten? Isn't he by far their best offensive threat?
Oldoafe, him, I mean, Fevrier. I think the three of them lead sort of the charge for things. I think Wooten is kind of like their version of Ollie Palmer. They're a big stand-up guy who chips in a couple here and there, but really isn't there to be a massive contributing goal scorer. It's kind of looking at Oldoafe or Barry or somebody else to do it. So, but it just the changeover of going full up 1-0 and going into a full 5 at the back. I mean, that's not necessarily what I see right now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
breakout by Charlton.
5 at the back, but
Campbell gets cleaned out. It's going to be a penalty just outside the box. I think they're giving him a yellow card. They did.
both have sound issues, is what Marie says.
Both of us have sound issues. If it's both, then it's obviously my fault.
I'm closing every window I have available on mine just to make sure.
Late tackle there. Campbell's now getting not a penalty, but he's getting a kick from just outside the box.
I'm just going to watch video for a little bit too, just to see how that's all working.
The second guy that scored is Campbell Kim. I don't know if that's who you're talking about. His right foot is quite impressive.
A 40 with the chip up over top, too heavy. Couldn't get cleared out or couldn't be picked up, and so it's cleared up by Stockport. So throw in from about 18 yards out. They take it back, and 40 knocks it forward. I mean, this is really Burton Albion with the opportunity to push on. They've added an extra defender as Stockport. That's the possession and the control. It's not able to sniff around. Not able to get her done.
They got two over the ball. Not sure who's going to take it here. Ooh, they're 23 yards out. Campbell makes a fake at it. They pass in front. They try to be a little cutesy. A blast, diving save by the keeper. Another great opportunity for Charlton. They're going to now have a corner. The ball got knocked around, and it got played back to the same guy who took the kick, the free kick, and he blasted away, and he would have scored if not for a very good save by the keeper. Yeah, it was Berry, I think, that was the one who kicked it. He's taking the corner now. It's an outswinger, deep. Ball's headed up, still in play. Keeper comes out, punches it. Charlton's able to get it back, but then Huddersfield steals it, knocks it down long. No one on that half of the field. Keeper comes all the way out and plays it back down into Huddersfield's end.
All that time away, and I didn't miss a bloody thing in this one due to a head injury. They had a stoppage in time. He's coming out. Oloafe took an injury, and so they're just going to give the ball back. 40 takes it over on the right-hand side, and that entire time I was away dealing with a munchkin and trying to...
Campbell with the ball again, bringing inside the box, going to blast, right foot. Goal! That guy is incredible. You cannot give him a foot. Wow.
5 goals away on goal differential there.
All right, we can just pencil in a loss to Charlton. I'm okay with that.
Or a win for Charlton.
We just need to get our wins elsewhere.
I can't say the lines I've never seen a team more anemic to when they get the ball in the final third, because it wouldn't be true. But Burton's challenging here. Like that opportunity they get it just outside the 18-yard box. They've got jerseys going all up front, and you get a pass over to the right-hand side to try and free up space. You see this all the time with Wrexham. It would be the pass from Cleworth or Rathbone or Dobson out to Barney to try and get the cross in. And it's the softest 4-foot roller that goes absolutely nowhere and just gives the ball away. And it's everything in that final third that just lacks that touch that you need. It's frustrating to watch these guys. Ruth, I just said that 5 yards or five goals now. They've narrowed it down.
I can tell you this, Sean, if you were watching this game, I'm not doing the game justice because there's 2 of us on and we're doing 2 games. You could be like enjoying the heck out of the play-by-play on this. It's almost always like exciting. I'm not even mentioning half the chances Charlton's doing.
Yeah.
How aggressive they are. and everything. Like, this is a really good game to watch. If you're a Charlton fan, I guess, not if you're a Huddersfield fan, but they look incredible. Really good football to be watching.
Interesting statement here from Gamer World, and I expect the takes. I respect the take, so I just wanted to flag it. It says because this one's we don't agree, Gamer World, which isn't a negative thing. I just don't. Final third is where Wrexham struggle. I don't think it's the final third where we struggle, and the stats continue to demonstrate that. Our shot efficiency is third best in the league. To me, where we have that disconnect and we get beaten one of two different ways is that the gulf and the chasm that exists between the back line and the midfield, or the midfield and the front two. And I don't know whether you would call that the final third, but it's our inability to transition through Matty James, typically in the middle going forward, or between Rathbone and Dobson, or Lee and Rathbone, whoever's on the right and left-hand side of that sort of diamond in the middle. Triangle in the middle, diamond in the middle, triangle in the middle. And I don't see it being our front third that lets us down. But I'm curious, because you raised the topic is what others say is if there is a failure on our team, is it in our work in the final third? Are we is where we struggle? Because I tend to think it's our midfield.
Yeah, I think we could.
Opportunity here, free kick, 19 yards out. Sorry, just because I like to hear my own voice. And 40 standing over the ball. He's going to take it right-footed. 40! Great save by a die. Got it, snuck it past the wall, made a dive over to the right-hand side, and he was just able to make the save. That would have been something if Ford could have helped us out. And Pye goes to the ground, and we'll take another break.
We have some more than one Charlton fan watching today, and they're talking about Campbell playing forward today. I think it looks like he's playing this wing, left wing back spot. I just think they've been very aggressive, and they've been putting a lot of players up the middle so they can't get out on him and pressure him early. And the transition for Charlton is so quick, and the passes are so on point that it gives their players plenty of opportunities. And Campbell looks great, especially one-on-one. He just needs a little bit of an opening, a little juke, step to the side, and his right foot is so strong and so on point. Keeps picking that far post and knocking him in.
I remember now that, because you were saying Campbell, and I remember him being the pace on him over on that left-hand side, having lots of, I don't think that he had the finish. Now, if he's found himself to finish, he's only had 4 goals before the start of the game.
Really?
Matches. So he's on pace to almost double his season output.
If those goals aren't going in, you can just see the quality. I mean, the speed. He's got the ball in a string out there. Still might take Poku instead of him.
And the most fascinating middle name collection in the history of football. Tyrese Anthony Tupac Shakur Campbell. Love that. And so, yeah, he's 21 and a Charlton Athletic Pro.
Tell me your parents grew up in the 90s without in the U.S. without telling me your parents grew up in the 90s. Listening to 90s hip hop and
interesting. Campbell says he does not listen to Tupac's music.
Here it is, Campbell again, sprinting down the left side, brings it back in on. He's going to get another shot at it here. He's trying to find a spot to get 3 on him. And in! Oh, a goal. They triple teamed him, and they had another guy watching. They had so many people focused on Campbell. He passes it over to Dockery, and Dockery's just left wide open. The keeper's going, Nichols is going, come on, guys. Like, why are you leaving him wide open? He blasts it. Ball hits the crossbar, comes down, hits the back of the keeper, and goes in.
So what are they down to? 4 goals on the goal differential now? They've dialed it back in?
Yeah. I told you 5 goals early, and it's at 4 now, and we're not even at the 60th minute. So not at all surprised here. I mean,
Swoosh saying here, Swoosh Kid on the Eat More Chips cast, that I had some informed and poignant options. I'm glad I was able to baffle with my BS, and appreciate that as a compliment, but great rep of the Horde. And thanks for that. If you haven't had a chance and flag it again, Welsh Techie had us out, us being Rousey from the Rousey podcast and Josh from the Local Pundit joined his trio. And we were contributed into their 100th episode. So an honor to be a part of that and invited, and had a lot of fun. And there were lots of chuckles. Turns out I'm the negative one. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but yeah, I'm the negative one. Everybody else had all hope and optimism. And I was the one who was like, hold on a second. I don't think that we're going to be going up to the Premier League in the next 5 years. But I'm on the outside looking in with that perspective.
You negative Canadians.
Yeah, right?
No wonder why Trump hates you.
Yeah. So what happens when you sit here in the darkness of winter? And when you think about it, our spirit animal really is the goose. Mild-mannered, we look like it, but when we get peeved, we come out like cobra chickens, and nobody wants a piece of us. And so it's an interesting and fascinating time. Election time called now, going ahead with that. Politics and everything in Canada it's a lot of fun. I'm sure there's people who don't think it's fun, but it's.
I don't know if it counts as an own goal. It went off the crossbar, came down, hit the back of the keeper, and goes in. So I guess that officially is an own goal.
Did they put it up here? Yeah, they marked it up as a Nichols own goal.
Yeah. I think also when the keeper jumped to get it, and when he fell, the ball came down, and I think his ass lands on the ball and shoots it in, because he looked like he was holding his butt afterwards, like he landed on the ball. By the way, Huddersfield's the away fans were just streaming out of the Charlton Stadium.
Oh, it's got to be a kick in the teeth, right?
Yeah, I don't know where how far away is Huddersfield from Charlton, but they
a long like that's a 3.5 hour train ride. I'm assuming 4 hour train ride.
Yeah, well,
no, not 4, 3. Because you've got to go all the way from the north. It's northeast of London, if I recall correctly.
Well, most of them are on their way back now. So,
and you've got to go all the way up to Yorkshire.
Cross in for Huddersfield. Well handled. Oh, blast from, I don't know, 27 meters out, and gets blocked by a Charlton defender, and he looks like he took it in the face. And he's down. So there's a stop and play here.
What's more shocking about them departing is, for a lot of them, they're probably on the buses. They can't go anywhere until everybody else comes anyways.
Stop now, stop. He's dead.
I'm bringing up the map because I'm curious.
I would when was the last time, like, I can't even tell you how good Charlton looks and how they're just dominating at everything. When was the last time we looked this good in a game?
Well, I don't have eyes on that one.
What was the last best game where we were just killing it, both halves, and scored, 3 or more goals?
Yeah, you got to go to the early part of the season, don't you?
Even then, we didn't stomp teams.
No, but we haven't stomped a team all season long.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, though, because I was going through, because one of the questions that came up in the Eat More Chips podcast was how many 2-goal games did we score, and I went, just wanted to look at things and say, like, how many did we actually score? And there's a couple of 3-0s that are out there. There's 3-0 over Reading in the first one, 2-0 against Peterborough in the first one, 3-0 against Shrewsbury in the first one, and then it started to get away from us being a scoring team into a defensive team, and that sort of became the narrative. Exeter City, we beat 3-0 in the outcome, but that game to me was just so nondescript. I was trying to, like, can you think of a highlight from the Exeter City game? I can't, not without looking.
No. That's what I mean. I don't remember.
Northampton
like
in
a
October,
resounding
4-1.
Yeah, people are joining in 4-1.
But it's just, you can never underestimate the importance of the grind. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're thumping teams, you can easily get full of yourself and then not become the effort the next game, right? If you're always just eking it out, it keeps you hungry, right, for more goals and stuff. But
substitutions coming in here in the 63rd minute. Fevrier coming out. He's got 1 yellow card, so that makes sense. And Diamond coming in to replace him. 3 subs.
I'm feeling a little bad for you, Sean, that you didn't get to watch this one. You're watching that awful one.
Well, I wouldn't say this one's awful. This is a typical 1-0 game, right? It's Stockport came out, eked one early at the 8th, 9th minute, whatever that was, on a defensive letdown by Burton right in the middle of the box. Bad place to have a defensive letdown is right in front of goal. And despite an impressive save, Wooten was able to score. But since they've made the substitution and brought Horsfall in instead of Wooten, it has been Burton all the way through this. I can't, like I said, they're not the worst team I've seen in the final third, but there's certainly nothing here. And I'm hoping 40 gives me a little bit of magic here. Here they come. Farrell, McKiernan loses it. And you get within 22 yards and then you just lose it.
Off of a set play, Huddersfield was able to cross it into a player on the far left side who was unmarked, wide open, and he headed it, but it was fairly weak. One bounce header, and the keeper gathered it easily for Charlton. That was the only thing that they've done so far.
The lineup will be out.
DM draw.
I'm just pulling the lineup up, and if you wanted to grab it, you can go ahead. Ogonko in goal. Brunt, Clueworth, O'Connell on the back. Longman on the right. McLean on the left. James, Dobson, Rathbone in the middle. And Smith and Rodriguez up front. On the bench, Revan is there and Barnett is there as wingback options. I think it's interesting to have 2 different wingback options out there, but is what it is. Scar on the back line, Lee in the midfield, and Marriott and Fletcher up front. and the first tweet, think you missed Mullen again. Post the real team.
I did throw the lineup up. We'll throw it up again on the pregame for the Wrexham game.
And I want to go and grab.
Got the right jersey today. I thought they had to go gold considering Exeter's red and black. So
let's be honest, I grabbed the first shirt that was available as I walked around in a stupor. Sorry, I'm less watching the game now. Is now that the rosters, the lineups have come out, as I'm doing all of the stuff that I normally do before the match, and we'll go through those stats if you wanted to, the ones that I sent with the graphics and that sort of stuff. And I don't know, I haven't checked the Discord. Did anybody?
Does Charlton beat Wrexham? Well, it's like I said, 6 games from now, so I don't know that Charlton will be in the same form, and I don't know what form Wrexham will be in at that time. Truthfully, I'm hoping that we're building momentum and that we'll have a few wins and feeling good. And I'm also hoping like that Rodriguez will now feel a little less pressure after he's, scored that goal, and maybe he's feeling good. Yeah. And, if we can come out and get a goal in the first 20 minutes, I think we could start rolling against Exeter. So
I would love if that was a clinch date, just for the opportunity, because it's the last home game.
Here comes Huddersfield streaming into the box.
Opportunity in the area, blocked. Oh my word! How can you be? Oh, that the eyes must have been so big. Ball scoots out. It is 15 yards away from goal. And you've got an opportunity right in front of the area, center of the box, to just put your foot through it and embrace all of the glory, and you get it blocked. Man, his eyes must have just been saucers.
That was interesting. I just saw the ball get played off the corner flag, and they hit the corner flag so dead on that it bounced back into play. So that flag's in, not out. Okay.
Oh, they really? I didn't. I will admit.
I'm guessing it's in, right? I could be wrong there, but the ref didn't put his hand up.
Continued on? Oh, McKiernan. I
have zero problems showing my football ignorance. Yeah, Kim, I mean, we can lose at least 2, maybe even 3 games. So, wow, they are bringing on a extremely small, young-looking player. This kid looks 16 years old.
Yeah, it's in play.
Number 13 is coming on for Charlton. Yeah, he looks like a young kid coming on for Barry. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of subs for Charlton. They're going to have 4 guys coming on.
What was the name of the young guy that's coming in?
He's 13. We'll have to look it up. Campbell's coming off. Everyone who was just killing it.
I can't watch this because it's just Kahim Dixon, and they don't even have a picture up for him on FOTMob. 20 years of age.
He's 20? Does not look it.
U.S. international. Did he play in the Panama game? Was he a U.S. international? He had Kahim Dixon, all leagues.
Yeah, he's saying he's so good. He was doing he has some little ritual as he comes in. He's praying or something before he came in.
U.S. official for our match too, by the way.
Oh, out of all the stats that I saw about, the money, when I was watching, I watched a couple different people, but Liam's breakdown, there's more money that comes into Wrexham now from North America and elsewhere than does from England, Wales.
Yep. Inclusive of sponsorship, but
yeah.
I've been doing a deep dive on that. I have a spreadsheet out that I'm trying to collect at least all of the turnover It's an amazingly difficult process.
Yeah, we have no problem giving money to Wales, just not Canada.
Hey, we're fans of Boston.
I'm just joking. Oh my goodness. A great move by a Charlton player, gets it on his left foot and pings it off of the left bar, the left upright. Oh.
I think the most interesting thing out of the whole experience is what it has done to our federal election. Because if you haven't been following, our polls were that the right was going to win. They were at 99% likelihood a month and a half ago. People were sick of the
Pierre had it in the bag, and
with Trudeau, and who was a part of our left, he resigns. New guy comes in, educated, exceptionally educated, lots of private business experience, and everybody's like, "Hold on, we want this guy to take on Trump." And like a phoenix rising from the ashes, all of a sudden the left parties are thumping the crap out of the right. And I think the last I was looking on the polls was probably about I think it was an 82% likelihood of our version of the Democrats, the Liberals, taking the election down. So crushed it. I don't want to get into the politics too much, and I don't care about people's views, and I won't entertain them here. But I just find that part of the whole thing is going to be interesting to see, because that's going to obviously influence how this trade war continues. Nothing in this one. I watched Stockport get it in the back. They kick it around 2 or 3 times in the back and move it towards the middle of the pitch, and then they get it forward. They get one feigning opportunity, or somebody kicks it away, and Stockport kicks it back, and we repeat the process. And it's been 30 minutes of it so far. See, and that's the whole thing. As an Alberta energy sector worker, I still like Carney. The fact that that's a statement.
Hey, let's drop the politics, because I don't want to school you on Carney. Get you all mad.
Woody, we should talk. Message me, because there's some stuff in the accounting records. I mean, I interpret them only for the purposes of litigation. So, but there's some stuff that I'm looking at. I wanted to go over some of the amortization stuff on the expense side, and how they do their player things. And I was looking for a professional accountant who might be interested in chatting about how all that's managed and characterized. But it is surprisingly difficult in the UK. What I'm learning, and if you're in the UK and you do accounting work, can you explain the difference between a small account, a small business account, and a regular filing? Because the amount of details that they give in the small ones is just garbage. Like, you can't get anything out of it really, other than turnover. Here's a breakout. This is the part of the game where Burton's starting to put people, he's got to be offside. No, Oluwafe all the way in, and 2-0. This is what happens when you push, and you can't break through, and then you overcommit. You give the opportunity for a counter attack, and that was easy. As I'm with the Burton announcer. It's not just me. I thought Oluwafe was offside, and I mean, I'm at a bad angle. The pass came at about 35 yards away. But when you
see showing up to the chat way too early, he's bringing his luck to the wrong game. By the way, they brought on 4 guys and nothing's changed. Charlton's just still dominating. It was chance after chance after chance. Huddersfield now finally has a corner in this coming up in the 79-minute mark.
They're giving me a replay from every angle except for, like, he had to be offside. Like, every angle I'm getting from behind the net, a zoom through the corner of the net, one from way up front that I can't see a damn thing. The one angle that I want is a wide shot of the pass forward to Oluwafe, and I'm not getting it. Instead, I'm getting to stare at Pai's backside as there's.
Is it so? Did the score change? Is it 2-0?
2-0.
The way you were going back and forth with it, I wasn't sure, so I didn't score.
No, Oluwafe scored it. It just Easy as counter attack, 2-on-1, pass goes over. Everybody's trying to scramble back, and Oloafe walks it in. 40's being subbed out for Stretton. Well, the pressure's on now. I mean, I guess the pressure doesn't really change, but it's an important match in any event. Yeah, we got it, Woody. If I wasn't clear on doing my announcing, that's on me. I didn't do the big scores, but Stockport 2-0 up, Oloafe. Connecting on a walk in the park, but I think he was offside. I'm fairly convinced of it myself, but it doesn't matter. And I don't think it would have affected the game because let's just be honest, Burton Albion is atrocious up front.
So in this game, I've been rooting, Charlton seems like the more dangerous team, right? And they're far closer and have a better chance of being able to catch Wrexham, right? Or give Wrexham a hard time if they were to face them in the playoffs or something. So we didn't want Charlton to win this game. We wanted a draw or a Huddersfield win. And I've been animated on every goal just because they've been so good to watch. I've been doing the Sean goals here.
Kaheem Dixon, just like Campbell, Jamaican ethnicity, young. He moved to England straight out of being recruited by Charlton Athletic, and you see this sometimes. You see it with, is it Peterborough that has their line on sort of the Eastern European Polish area.
Here comes goal.
Wow.
Long ball. The guy that I said, they called him offsides? Oh, that's garbage. I think on the extra touch it got him offsides. Great goal got called back there. Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
Oloafe with an opportunity there all the way in, lifts it too high and skies it over. Could have been 3-0.
Yeah.
4 goals down. So going back to the discussion there, Kaheem is cap tied for the Jamaican national team. It's a question that I have. There have been a lot of teams that we have played that have had Jamaican internationals or Jamaican-born players.
I was going to say that those players transition well into the English Football League, don't they?
And Jamaica, and sorry to anybody from Jamaica that's here, is absolute garbage in CONCACAF. In their national team is crap. And they have better players that are in the Prem and all that sort of stuff. For whatever reason, it's still they get so many players recruited over into the UK, and I don't know what sort of pipeline they've got to discover the talent.
Yeah, but aren't the majority of the Jamaican players all offensive? Like you don't.
Big hulking center backs.
Really?
To be fair, midfielders, I can't think of a Jamaican midfielder off the top of my head. Let me go to the national team. But big center backs and lightning fast, crafty.
We're getting good information. Charlton has an affiliate team in Jamaica.
Mount Pleasant, there you go.
We got the Jamaican pipeline.
Dear Mr. Williamson, in building an academy, could you consider affiliation with somewhere? And I don't care where.
Well, we got connections now to Mexico, but that they don't ever come over to England, right?
Oh, man. Not unless they are established in English-speaking Premier League quality. If it's one of those things, if you're a Mexican player, I don't think that's a disparaging comment on quality.
No. I just mean that they don't.
Yeah, no, it's just. But if you're Mexican, you stay home and you play in your league and you move up and you Liga MX, you can get comfortable there. Soccer's a popular sport. You're going to be a rock star and a hero, and I think the only thing that's going to bump you out of there is substantial more money that you're not going to get elsewhere, right? So
So you go through their back line. They've got defenders from Barnsley, Coventry, Luton Town, and Brentford. So all championship quality. Their midfield, Hull City and Portsmouth, championship quality, and then their front, you've got one player at Tijuana in Liga MX, Leicester City, Aston Villa, Charlton Athletic is the Kaheem Dixon connection.
Here's Dixon now, blasted from 20 meters out, high. That wasn't threatening.
And Campbell is, I'm just going to go back and confirm, but I believe that he is, Tyrese Tupac Shakur Campbell, Jamaican descent, but born in England. So he, if he elected to, could play internationally for Jamaica as a...
Looks like, is it McGinty?
As a forward. If I recall correctly, isn't he smaller-ish and crafty?
Dixon? Are you saying Dixon? He is.
No, Campbell.
Okay. No, he's not that small. I mean, he is ridiculously crafty, but he's not there's no, I don't know that there's that many big wingmen, and Longman's huge for the wingman, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Campbell's a little bit bigger than Barney. Barney's kind of slight in frame, but I would definitely not call him small.
W&G just posting in other news. Have you heard about Yeovil Town banning fans because of criticism towards the club's owner?
Oh, here comes a breakaway. Oh, wow. They should have called the penalty. They didn't. Dixon just got taken down in the box. About 2 meters in front of the keeper. It was a steal. Dixon in the middle, and they just cleaned him out, and never touched that. He never touched the ball. He swung his foot and took out Dixon, and because he did that, the ball just went by both of them. Dixon's 5'9". He looks maybe 5'9". He looks tiny. I'm guessing that's thanks to his hair or some really kind measurement there, because he's not a big dude.
This is midfield back and forth. I think the sting has been brought out, Burton. Like you're watching Stockport just cross the halfway line and just play catch with each other. No press whatsoever by Burton Albion in a game they're losing, and a mistake to give it offside. Not that it wasn't offside; it was a mistake by Stockport, just with a nonsense penalty or nonsense pass and mistake and going offside. So the full subs coming in to try and pick something up. I mean, if I was a Burton Albion fan and my club is faced in the throes of trying to survive a battle to stay up and not get relegated, and this is the performance that I get, not even the outcome. Like, you're going to expect some losses, but output and effort, I would be absolutely fuming. It's just everybody, even the subs coming in, are biting the bottom of their lip. Nobody's really, it's just going through the motions.
It's only about a minute and a half left. I don't know how much extra time there's going to be in this game.
And I got 3.5 on my end. Well, also true. It's been decided for months now that they're going down. You'd still like to think
those three, that final spot's up for. Well, no, I think the Burton spot could have changed, right? That's
you got to go on a bit of a mini run here in the last 8 or 9, depending on who you are and what you've got left.
You can't expect Burton to go to Stockport and win. Let's be realistic here.
No, but what I expect is any football club or any team that I end up supporting to be out there busting their ass.
Without a doubt.
And that's what I'm saying right now is that second goal has broken Burton Albion, who was controlling the play, taking their opportunities. They sucked up front, but they were in it. And now you have a Burton Albion team that they're just going through the motions, headed out. There's nobody running to grab a ball at the side of the pitch. No, everybody's jogging. The guy throwing it in, you can even see him rolling his eyes and giving it one of these, like literally giving it one of these. Like if I'm a Burton Albion fan, I'm roasting the crap. Like I would capture that as a meme and put that out and say a little bit of effort, please. And even he heads it back. Who is this ass? Godwin Myleaf.
Huddersfield just probably had their best opportunity. Player in the box. The ball pinged around. He ended up getting the ball on a strong foot, right-footed, blasted. The keeper was not going to be able to get to it, and there was a defender between the goal and the Huddersfield player. He threw his body in the way and knocked it down, but it was definitely a goal. Great defensive play.
Burton scores. Oh no! So now everybody's running. Under the crossbar. It's 2-1 here now. Burton Albion. Larson able to get one. Looping shot that came over from the left-hand side and went in. Lofthouse, their center back, runs up and grabs the ball and delivers it to the center. And as soon as he scores, out of nowhere, left footer chip up over into the area, headed up. Lofthouse runs up and just pumps it through into the top of the net.
I have a +4 on extra time, and they're already a minute in, so less than 3 minutes in this game.
The most energy spent in the last 10 minutes since the second goal was the run back that Burton Albion just put in to try and get back to the center of the pitch and get the game underway again.
We had JB ask if James Jones started. I don't believe he did.
No, Jones and our Icelandic Bodferson were injured, so 40 was the only one that was out there. And here comes that's on. He's got a breakaway, left-hand side, left footer blocked. It came all the way back. Burton Albion all of a sudden says, hey, let's put it in. Stratton. I don't know how that happens. I don't know. How do you come forward and pass? Like you're up 2-1. How do you let a guy get behind you? Stratton's not a lightning bolt. He's not Usain Bolt. But you let him get behind on the pass? All right, right-footed in swinger on a corner. Don't know how much extra time, but now all of a sudden we've got a thing. This would be hilarious. That
would break Stockport.
Oh wow, that's the worst corner of I've ever seen. I think that was touched. So are we going to go for a throw? That was officially that landed 10 yards away from goal on the penalty line, like on the far end. It carried so far with so much pace and just. Godwin Myleaf, who I've just looked up and learned his name because he's the lackadaisical. Is that the most polite way I can put his demeanor and his actions? I mean, professional foot. 7 minutes of added time here. Holy. All right.
I guess buckle down in this game.
Buckle up. Godwin Myleaf getting all. Of course, now you're all fancy and spry. I hate players like him. That guy can get shot out of a cannon. Lazy and lackadaisical for 89 minutes as Adai just kicks the ball over and does the time-wasting flop. Lazy and lackadaisical. Uninterested and dismissive in content and in personality, and then they score, and all of a sudden he's all dancing spry, touching the ball, spinning all over the place. Long ball too far, easily collected, and Burton Albion's got possession, but they've got to go the length of the pitch. 5 minutes left. Godwin Myleaf, right-hand side, puts it through to the middle of the pitch. Williams, across halfway. Dodgson, who's had himself a shocking game, gets it into one of the subs, Larson. He moves it forward. Turnover back. And now we're back at the halfway line. Dodgson, why? Cross, try to do the switch into the far corner, and misplayed by him. That's why. It's because maybe you expect a mistake's going to be taken. And that was Toure who gave it away, but then fought it back, and it's just a battle, and Burton Albion's going to have to collect it all the way back. I just get confused, so many Wrexham players. Godwin with it just across the halfway line. 4 minutes left in this one. A nice turn and goal. Lofcraft all the way in. Pulled down right outside of the area. So close to being a penalty, and that was the right call as Lofthouse was on full charge, full speed, blasting his way into the penalty box, and he gets a leg taken, and Pye just stabs him with the foot. Bam. Oh, my word. But he makes contact like a foot outside of the box. And so this is going to be a free kick, like literally on the line. That I think that yellow. Can you call that a dog so? Like, is that a direct goal scoring opportunity? I don't think it will. There were lots of defenders back, right? But so it was a yellow that goes to a double red. So Ethan Pye out for that one. I mean, I was arguing that you couldn't give a straight red on that one, but he's got the double yellow, and Pye is out. So now Stockport down to one man, down to 10 men. That was a foot away from being a penalty. As Lofthouse just said, if nobody can handle the ball, we can't pass it for crap, we can't do anything in the final third, I'm just going to put my head down and keep the ball at my feet and just run at these buggers. And he ran all the way through the whole team. So it's going to be that's not the substitute. That's Webster, who's like whistle blown right. Oh, no, it's not going to be left footer. Bang, straight in the wall. Webster with it's loose, into the box, bouncing around, and it gets cleared. And Stockport County on the full break. 3 on. The counterattack is on and moving all the way forward. And then he just tripped and fell over. Never mind. Stockport on the breakout, running forward down the pitch, and he gets a pass over on the left-hand side, wide open. And the turf monster reached out and grabbed him and pulled him around the ankles. 90 seconds. That was their opportunity. They right footer into the wall, comes back to Webster, who takes his own right footer that gets blocked. It's freed up, and there are 4 white jerseys sitting 10 yards away from goal. Horrible entry. Who put that? Was that Dodgson again? A guy laying there looks like he's going to push the time-wasting button a little bit. The announcer's saying the 8-second rule can't come in soon enough. Going to have to add a little bit of added time here because of the goal, no?
Yeah, they usually give him a minute, right?
Or not the goal, the foul that Pye had. I mean, add another minute to this thing, I would imagine. Stockport trips over the ball on the breakaway. Yes, it was Charlie Webber, moving forward. Godwin, Myleaf, over to Webster. Everybody's starting to move forward. Godwin, Myleaf dances a man, stabs it over the left-hand side, 25 yards out, over onto the left-hand side. Dodgson is the last man I want to see take it, and he gets wiped out, and the ball comes off his feet, and well done to preserve that. Pushed all the way down the line, 10 yards right into the corner. Can they get it into the area? Webster draws it back in a bad pass, and they're saying it was touched, but nope, given away. Bad pass coming back. That was not Webster, number 8. That was number 7, the substitute. Kalanauskas. Similar hair. When we wrap this up, Brendan, let's take a break, jump over to the other stream. I'm going to be about 5 to 10 minutes before I jump on. If you wanted to start up the stream and carry
Yeah,
it.
I'll probably have to start it right away. We're well behind.
Yeah, that's what I was. So feel free. I'll join as soon as I can.
I'll go through Discord and stuff.
Yeah.
I've already prepped most of it, so I'll be able to start pretty quick.
Perfect. Whistle should be blown. He's done 7 minutes, added the extra mouth. There it is. It's over. 2-1 Stockport win. Charlton bashes the hell out of, who did they even play again? Huddersfield. That's the wrap up for the neutral. Thanks, Brendan, for taking part in this one. We're going to be jumping over to the other stream. Come over and join us over there. Watch as we watch along on the Wrexham versus Exeter City one in Exeter. Have a good one. We'll see you there. Take care. Bye.